Now before this video starts, I just want to apologize for the weird lighting and the kind of orange backlighting here. I'm still in my dorm room and it's going to be a little bit before I can get like an actual setup. So for now we're just going to have to deal with this, but hopefully you can hear the birds in the background. Some nice little ambience there. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about mental health and psychology. I don't know if I want this channel to totally be about mental health. I want it to be more about traveling and my experiences besides mental health, but recently it's been affecting my life more than ever recently, and I have quite a bit to say about it. It's difficult to explain psychology, especially my own psychology, since I'm usually constantly over-intellectualizing, overthinking, and making it worse for myself and making it hard to interpret. I also don't know how to be mindful. I don't know how to find fulfillment in life. I don't know the meaning of life. I don't know how to be happy or even the steps to get there. But that's okay. What's going on inside my head? It's crazy. I have so much on my mind right before I turn on the camera, but all of a sudden when I turn on the camera, it's just, I go blank. There's just nothing to say. Like, what do I say to you? Why do you care? You don't care. I'm the only one who really cares. I'm the only one who really thinks about my problems. No one else really cares, you know? It's not their fault. It's not my fault. I'm really lonely. I'm extremely lonely. I don't think there's anyone out there who really understands what it's like to go through a constant war in your head, like 24/7. Everyone has their own battles. I know. Yeah, of course, everyone has their own battles. So how can they just care about someone else's? God, I don't have a purpose. All I do is just constantly think about my problems and my shit. There's so much out there that I'm not prepared for. I'm not prepared for a world that requires you to be a robot, bro. I think too much. I think too hard. I need validation from other people. I need validation from my friends who I considered my friends. I don't think you can really make any real friends unless you actually love yourself. You know, if you don't know who you are, you're not going to be able to know anybody else to the point where you can build a good enough relationship with them, you know? No one loves me, and I don't love anybody. I'm incapable of love. I'm incapable of being an adult. I'm a child who has abandonment issues and who isn't built enough to be 18. I'm a 4-year-old in an 18-year-old's body. I wasn't given the... I can't diagnose what's wrong with me. I have borderline personality disorder. I constantly feel empty, I have an unstable sense of self, I have social anhedonia, and the small things that might mean nothing to my friends mean absolutely everything to me and might set me over the edge. Also, possibly related or unrelated to BPD, because everyone has their own journey and their disorders don't necessarily have to define their insecurities or everything in their life, I'm also pretty careless when it comes to my mental health. I notice how I don't care and forget a lot. I'm too unmotivated or scared, note, to manifest anything positive in my life. It makes me feel worthless, hopeless, blah blah blah, self-pity. Basically, I don't know how to interpret, feel, communicate my feelings to myself. My parents are therapists, and because of that, it's led to a dead end almost every time in therapy. But that's where the inspiration for this video comes into play. Now, I'm not a psychologist, nor do I know the meaning of life. I'm just a lonely 18-year-old who thinks about feelings a lot. However,
I do know that I'm unconscious and I'm ignorant. What I mean by unconscious is that I'm unaware of my state of responsibility in life and my navigation through life. And because of this, it's kind of led to gaps in my emotional development. Now stay with me here for this one. We don't see reality as it really is. There's no way to determine what is reality and what isn't. We have our own projections of reality. Humans have been trying to figure out the meaning of life for all of history, and all it's ever led to is more polarization when it comes to where did we come from and what is the meaning of life, right? I have to understand that what I see is only a projection of my own reality, and that's pretty scary. Remember when I said that I'm scared and I have fear? Too scared to manifest anything positive in my life and to pretty much tread the waters of bettering myself? Well, I read an article by Dr. Shafali. She's talked about by Oprah. She's a clinical psychologist who mixes the ideas of Eastern philosophies and clinical psychology into sort of a digestible format that you can read and sort of better understand. Well, she writes that your ego, or your false sense of self, is underlined with fear. It reads, I'm going to read from my notes here. Fear is really the other name for the ego. Fear is the emotion that underpins the ego. The ego is really the false sense of self, like I said. The self that has forgotten that it is one with everything around it and with the divine source, with the universe, the cosmos, and with every possible energy. Now, even if you don't stand by these pantheistic beliefs, the concept that fear is controlling your relationships, your decision-making, and your life is pretty hard to argue. She also writes, frustration, helplessness, feeling out of control, powerlessness, all these are examples of fear. So everything that is wrong with me, all can go back to fear, right? Now, let me tell you something. It's okay to be scared. It's okay not to know everything. We can't escape it even if we tried. My parents are unconscious, right? And my parents have no idea, well, pretty much in the grand scheme of things, have no idea how to raise a child, right? And I'm sure a lot of you can agree to what that might feel like. It's a very empty feeling. But I'm here to tell you that understanding and intellectualizing your depression, your life, your disorders, it isn't the answer. You have to accept who you are, what you've been through, and you have to live in the present moment. I'm sure you've heard that a lot, live in the present, right? But once you finally understand what that means, it will really change the way you live your life. It's not easy to manifest these positive things in your life and to let these things go and understand that you can be above this, but you are above this. You don't have to let this bring you down. You can accept the situation you're in, right? You can, what's the word? It's like it's whatever that is, crap, yeah. But pretty much fly above it, bro. Fly above it, because you're above that shit. Thank you guys for listening to this little mental health rant. I'm glad that you stuck with me this long. Hopefully the ambience was nice, it was relaxing, and hopefully you got something out of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and I hope that was working. Whatever. Bye.
Let's go!